Hooray!
Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night, isn't it, Maestro? We are back.
Absolutely Tuesday night, and we are back for the first time of 2022 with some music from the Baroque area, the Telemann. Who is Telemann, Per?
Wow. An extremely productive composer. Has anyone written more music than Telemann? I don't think so.
Probably not. Maybe it should be Vivaldi then. But I mean, he wrote his first opera when he was 12. That's amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I have to tell you that when I was 10 years old or 11 years old, I got a trumpet from my parents because there was a teacher wanting me to play the trumpet. And then I played for a while and the teacher said, continue. I wasn't very keen on it, but I remember they gave me this wonderful Deutsche Gramophone record. It's like a double album, double DJ album of Maurice André playing. And he played this particular piece on the trumpet. And I was playing that piece over and over and over and over again. So then when I heard it on the oboe, I was so disappointed.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So I won't, and it was like also, Maurice André didn't do this sort of, at that time, it was not historic performances. It was like very extremely romantic. So when I started to play it, it was like a very big conflict for me between doing it the sort of modern way and keeping that beautiful Maurice André version in my head. So I think this is, although I do a lot of Baroque music, this is probably the most modern Baroque interpretation I've done.
I have to ask you, I mean, how is it to in the sense of the oboe? I mean, it's written for oboe.
Yeah.
How do you transform that into the trombone world?
I really don't do it at all. For me personally, since I heard it, it's in my blood from 10 years old with the trumpet. I just can't hear it on the oboe. It's written for trombone, for alto trombone, nothing else.
And have you ever gone to or attended a concert where, oh no, it's that piece that will play oboe tonight, I have to leave?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
and,
my God.
It's because I think it's this opening with this chord, which is so unusual for that time, with this enormous sort of power in the gestures in this grave piece. It's just, I mean, an oboe can't do this.
Yeah, no, but a trombone. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think too that he originally, wrote it for the trombone somewhere in here, didn't he? Or in here.
Yeah. No, but I just love this piece, and I performed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And the orchestra is doing really well also. So maybe we should play a little bit of that opening that struck me so much.
Maybe we should, because we're also releasing an album tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But the first release of 2022, you have to learn this new year, don't you? Okay, let's listen to some music.
I realize now when I listen to it, I don't think it sounds like Maurice André, and I think the phrasing I've sort of got used to a little bit more of phrasing. But we decided here not to use the harpsichord, which we will do in the other piece. We have a phenomenal harpsichord player with us, Bjärn Gäfvert, one of Europe's best. My God, what he did in this Don Quixote piece, that was fantastic. And this is also the opening of something very exciting. A streaming World Cup. I have been working like a maniac because there's too many applicants, too many registered, too many competitors. 22. I have made playlists with pictures of 22 competitors today.
It's like the Olympics, right? Charlotte Kalla is waiting for her ticket. Wow.
So tomorrow, Mesillier will have. I will give all the data to Mesillier, and we're gonna see how it goes. But it's 6 competitions that goes on for like until September, 20th of September. And we'll see if the person who wins the whole World Cup, he will actually get his own CD and his own release of 74 minutes of music that he can choose himself.
That's a prize no one has ever won before, right? in any competition, no place ever. That's totally unique. Totally unique.
It's the first time in history.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we should also give some credit to the fantastic orchestra here that worked with me. It's a live recording, which you should.
People should really remember that all these recordings are actually live recordings.
That makes it even more impressive what the orchestras do.
Yeah, and what you are doing, Maestro, as well, because it's easy to forget that someone is actually playing the trombone. So
yeah, we have actually Camerata Nordica. We have the artistic director, Zephyrin, or Zeph as you call him, Rey Bellet. And while we play this little beautiful, lively track of the second movement, let's bring him on and say hello.
Let's bring him on.
Bring him on. Welcome, Zeph. Hello.
Welcome, Zeph, to the show.
Good, and you? Yeah, very good. But I hear you have corona problems, and you're stressful. Yeah. I know you can only stay for a couple of minutes, but thank you for giving us this. How are things down there?
Well, I mean, we have musicians traveling from all over, so everybody got tested before to travel. And today was first day of rehearsal, and of course someone started feeling a bit odd this afternoon and then got tested, but I mean it's too late, so it's a full project that goes down. But I guess it's the way things are right now. I mean, it's just about dealing with it somehow.
Yeah. So what are you doing this week?
Well, we were supposed to play, we were supposed to have a tour in Bostad, Amstatt and Kalmar, Oskarshamn, Västervik with a Chopin piano concerto with a young French pianist that just won Queen Elizabeth's last May. Oh, so everybody literally traveled to Sweden and and is going back home tomorrow. So yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Well, yeah, fantastic. So you remember we had a great time when we did this, didn't we?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and the sort of the atmosphere. We also had. Really it was such an amazing time to meet you, or this fantastic is she also playing this week, the
no, she's not playing this week. She actually got a job now in the BBC.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I know that
She's I think second concertmeister.
Yes. I remember she tried for that, and
So
then
she cannot come so often anymore, which is a shame,
that's
though.
right. Yeah. Well, tell us, was it difficult to play this piece, or was it not difficult? You remember anything from it?
I think Telemann is always, I mean, he's a tricky composer to play because it's kind of in between Baroque and classical somehow. I mean, I don't say if I'm wrong, but I mean, so it's about finding the right middle to play it in a way that's, it's also about appropriating, because I mean, we don't have the instrument they had. We are not Baroque ensemble. So it's about finding a way to play that music with what we got now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's tricky to play, but I think it's really interesting and it's fun, actually. It's a fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I just told, I don't know if you heard, I just told the listeners here that I was brought up when I was 10, I heard Maurice André play this on trumpet.
Okay, right.
So for me, while I've done a lot of Baroque music, I've on sort of period instruments and made recordings, I came back to this, and I still have Maurice André's beautiful interpretation in my ears. So I'm sort of mixed, and still I think you could also think of it differently. So we, as you know, we didn't use the harpsichord.
No, that's true. That's true.
But I think it works. Yeah, should we play some little more things?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
But let me just ask you first. What is coming on for Camerata Nordica? What is your sort of 3-4 years plan? What exciting things do you have, or are you just in Corona mood now?
I mean, it has been difficult because I mean, the first year of Corona, you keep planning thinking it's finished, and then the second year you keep planning thinking it's finished, and now there is a lot of projects that need to be replaced. I mean, we had a tour in China planned. I mean, we had many things planned that literally just fall down one after each other, and we tried to replan it, and then it got, of course, away again because it's not finished yet. So there is a lot of really fun thing that should happen in the coming years that will be basically what should happen now and cannot happen. So I
saw you had an album. Oh no, you did something with a bigger orchestra with the Linköping, was it?
Yes, we put together 3 institutions. So we put together Gotland, Linköping, and us.
I saw that.
We played Beethoven 5 and Beethoven Violin Concerto.
That's right. I saw that.
That was really interesting. I mean, it's actually nice it was a big challenge with our conductor.
Yeah, of course.
It was really interesting.
Really. Yeah, of course. Fantastic. Great. So I know you need to leave, and you have to think about your orchestra there and everything that goes on.
Oh, but good luck with everything.
Let's play the next little track from that piece and say goodbye.
Goodbye, Seb.
Thank you for having me. It was nice to being there.
Yeah, nice to be there.
Good luck with the COVID situation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. It's quite technically challenging, this thing.
I mean, first of all, how in the hell do you play that on trombone?
Well, obviously, I remember when I wanted to do it. I've done it many years ago, and I've done it on sackbut too, the old instrument. And I remember I practiced like really a lot, and then every time I play it again, I have to take it up again and practice, because hitting those high notes, and it's very, very challenging. But it was nice. So then let's walk over to another fantastic little piece. Isn't that amazing that Telemann wrote this for Don Quixote?
Yeah. I mean, it's
And what I think was so interesting with we're gonna have someone here who knows everything about Telemann, Bjärn Gäfvert. He's soon coming on, but I'm just gonna say that it was so amazing. You know, he played all the instrument when he was 12. His parents didn't want him to do this. And they put him in didn't want him to do music, so they put him in a school to become already at 12 because they wanted him to be a lawyer. And then he went to this school, but at the lawyer's school they found out how talented he was, so they encouraged him to continue with music.
At law school, they encouraged him to be a musician.
He got even older than Bach, and at his time he was much more. I think he was more famous than Bach. We'll see here. Well, let's bring. I think we can bring. The earlier we bring him on, Björn, the better. So let's just play. I think it's the big opening we play now.
It is. Yeah. Let's listen and let's bring Bjärn Gäfvert on.
Hey, 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 hey. Hello, Björn.
Welcome to the show, Björn.
Thank you very much.
So great to see you here, and that's you. I remember we talked about how we should make sure that the harpsichord is heard, and I think you can hear it now.
Yeah, and you know this is it's a big problem with the harpsichord. I mean, the harpsichord it's a noble instrument, and it's fantastic when you play on it yourself.
Yeah.
But when you play in a big hall, it's tricky to hear it, and you have to play with 10 fingers all the time. If you will have no chance to hear it.
Yeah, but it was a fantastic tour we had, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Lots of fun, and also, I mean, it was so important to have you with us because you know the piece so well. So tell me your relation. You told me many stories about Telemann, which for instance, you stressed all the time that at the time he was like a superstar, even more sort of famous than Bach, was it?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He was, when you talked about famous composers at the 18th century, Telemann was much more famous than Bach. And if you look at his production, he actually, Telemann wrote, I think you perhaps said it before, but Telemann wrote more music than Bach and Händel together.
Oh, wow.
We are talking about a person that wrote more than 50 operas, and there are only 35 about that are survived. But
there's one guy, there's some Italian, isn't it? Mercadante, for instance. He wrote actually more. He wrote about 65 operas, I think.
It could be, but perhaps not.
But that's, of course, he didn't write all the other things that he wrote.
But what's amazing about Telemann is that he wrote music in almost all style, but very few keyboard music, not so much. I know a small fugues for the organ and the small pieces for the harpsichord and some small concertos, but almost nothing for harpsichord or organ. But he wrote all other instruments.
Yeah, and having done so much Telemann, which I haven't as much as you, I have done quite a bit of Telemann. For me, I don't know how you rate this piece, but for me, this Don Quixote suite is one of the best Telemann pieces I've done.
Yeah, and I think is that we think today is that because today Bach is more famous than Telemann. Telemann is almost every time he's like to drive Rolls Royce. He's absolutely fantastic, but not always as equal as Bach is. Every note in Bach is absolutely fantastic. But it's a very good composer, and I played so much music by Telemann. I played this, of course, this Don Quixote is amazing because it's an early version of program music. It's a program symphony, and you can hear the donkey, you can hear the horse, and everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So shall we hear a little bit more music and bring the second violin leader of the orchestra, Mårten Sundén on? Here.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Welcome, Mårten, to the show.
Hello.
Bravo.
That is some playing. I mean, live also. It's amazing.
Yeah, such an energy, right? You can feel it live.
It's yes.
Good for this kind of music to have it live, I think.
Very good. But Mårten, you were extremely helpful when we listened through this and choose a little bit of different takes from different concerts. It was fantastic. You really sort of helped me a lot there with the small details. Tell me, what is this? Is this technically difficult? This movement?
Yeah, I mean the whole suite seems like easy on the first sight. I mean it's like
because it's in good keys and things, or
it's always Telemann is always nice to play because he writes so well for the string instruments. But when you start to dig in with the different kinds of moods and how to interpret it, it becomes even harder actually. So it's not so easy as it's on paper.
No.
So it's
No. We had to work specifically with the character pieces. I remember we had to work so hard because it's like you require to create like the donkey and the horse Rocinante to get the atmosphere of that. We did a lot of sort of dangerous rubatos there that we worked hard.
As Björn said, that is like kind of program music, and you can do whatever you want with it because it's more free than the traditional Telemann Baroque style, when you have to play in a certain way. Here you can experiment and do like a unique recording, which nobody else has done because you can, that's.
It was a fun week. So you have a new director? No, not director. General manager at
it's new all the way. New artistic leader almost, and also like Benjamin Schmid, fantastic violin.
I must say congratulations that you got him. He's such a phenomenal guy, you know.
Amazing.
But also Emily Tato just started.
Yesterday she started.
I worked with her in the Stockholm Philharmonic, and also when she was taking care of our tour when my Israel orchestra to Stockholm.
Okay.
She was fantastic. She's so she's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. That
Yeah.
sounds relieving because we
Yeah,
don't know her yet. We have we have said hello, almost only said hello, and
Yeah, I know.
she
I
seems
know.
very nice. So
Yeah,
I'm
she's
sure
very
it will be perfect. But
Yeah. So what are your plans now? What are you doing right now in Musica Vita?
right now we have actually a big project with Vokalharmonin and Fredrik Malmberg playing a
Mhm.
newly written piece by Örjan Fahlström
Ooh,
called
Okay.
Bjärn.
okay.
It's a Sara Lidman
Yes,
novel,
of
I
course.
think,
Yeah.
from and it's very we're like really tense now if we're going to make the concert because it's a bit shaky now with all the
Did you have any sick people in the orchestra
yes
that had to go home?
no, they had tested before. So
Before, so you had the chance to
our
bring-
great viola player Daniel, he's has had corona now, so
Okay.
but luckily for us we only have musicians from Sweden, so we don't have any travelers, and therefore we can probably
that's
can
fortunate.
make this
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
yeah. And then in a couple of weeks we have Benjamin Schmid again coming, and we will play my new favorite composer Mstislav Weinberg,
Oh,
the friend of Shostakovich.
yes, I know his music very well.
So amazing
Fantastic.
music.
He's fantastic.
So we have a lot of fun
Yeah,
ahead.
good. So back to Telemann now.
Back to Telemann, I was actually going to say.
Even better.
This is actually our 42nd show, so we're starting to become, varm i kläderna.
We think the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Björn, you remember this dreaming about Dulcinea? That was difficult to create that, but I think we got something there. Let's listen to what we did.
Mhm.
Good.
Yes, I remember that. You remember, Mårten, how hard we worked there, because every single eighth note we sort of had to change slightly just to make it. I think the thing was to make it naive. It has to be really naive and little bit sort of stupid. So you mustn't play too clean also. So we had a lot of times we did that. Yeah.
It sounds amazing, and not only the performance wise, but that's also the sound of the recording is fabulous. I think it's
we had a good evening. So tell me more, Mårten. What would you say is, if you remember, what was the most difficult with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like these overtures that Telemann written. It's like in the French style.
Yeah.
So you can do it. It's like very crazy, but also you have to keep the French dance styles also, and have it must be swinging, and so it's yeah. I mean, it's more difficult than you think to make it interesting also, because you can just play it and it's okay, but then it's not interesting, and you have to. So I think we did some really nice things with the rubato and
and Björn, you were so helpful. It's so wonderful to have a harpsichord player that knows so much about it. And I remember we were checking notes also, weren't we?
Yeah, because it was some misprints in the edition. I played this piece many times before, and there are several different versions of it, and it's almost the same, but it's some difference.
Yeah.
And we have to, I mean, remember, we have to check it very good, very careful.
Yeah, and I remember we discussed back and forwards, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, a lot, particularly in this movement.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing to have someone who have done so many. You've done a lot with Drottningholm. You're like,
Yeah, we
part of
actually
that ensemble.
we recorded it from 25 years
Yeah.
ago, something.
Mhm.
And then I played it many times. Actually, I played many pieces by Telemann that is it's the first time in our modern time. You haven't played before, and some pieces I think that have never been played at all. You can't be sure about it.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, time runs like
But ladies and gentlemen, music lovers, I have some fantastic news.
yes.
The album is out.
Oh, very, very, very
Boom!
good. 250 platforms. Wonderful.
So
And
I will now.
you know that it's going to be subject to a huge competition. It's actually a streaming World Cup. It's 22 competitors who will choose their own playlists from the tracks, and then they will promote their playlists that they think is the best from this album, and the one who gets the most streamed wins. So
I have a short message from one of the viewers, actually. Frederick Högberg, I don't know who it is, but he writes, Telemann did 450 masses, 7 for each Sunday. Wow. And he says, no, this is another guy who says, Jack in the Box can't join tonight. He's in Åbo. Thank you, Jack. You're with us
Jack, you're with us even.
Yeah, he's in maternity leave, so he can't be with us tonight. But
So, and this last movement, I must ask you one thing, Björn. It's the last movement. It sort of suggests that it should go slow. Most of the interpretations are very fast. Some of them are slow. I didn't really know what to choose, but I really chose the fast one.
Yeah, and that's a big question, because the name is that Don Quixote goes to sleep.
I know.
and
it's so fucking lively.
It's a real tambourine.
Maybe it's a joke then.
Yeah, it must be. It could be.
It must be a joke, because this is how he goes to sleep. Well, we'll all go to sleep now.
Yeah, let's go to sleep. Thank you so much. Stream along and let's go to sleep to Telemann, Don Quixote. Bye bye. Thank you, Mårten. Thank you, Björn.
Bye bye.
SF.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you.